Hey, get out of here.
I'm going to do the fitness grand.
Hey boys, but we're gonna need a couple cases for this. We're gonna need 3 cases. It's gonna be a case race.
So, first things first, fuck field goal kicks.
Fuck it, dude.
A childhood classic.
Yeah.
You're a 4th grader, it's field day, you get your best friend, your buddy, and what do? You crack open a carton of eggs, you throw them to one another, and you take a step back, and you take a step back. Egg toss, baby, put it in.
Yeah.
Flip cup.
We go for beer mile.
QB challenge.
We can restart.
Super Smash Bros. Crew battle.
Hi, everybody.
A lot of people seem to like it. A lot of people fucking hate it. But I don't give a shit about those people who fucking hate it. And we're going to bring back the sack.
What do I want? Do we have any like athletic things in here? I would take the pressure off my good friend, and I'm gonna go ahead and do disc golf doubles because we're big disc golf
Taking
people.
off any pressure. I was watching some Hell's Kitchen last night, and they did that food taste test, and it was really fucking funny.
What did you do, Audrey?
All right, last pick, AJ.
You didn't do putt-putt? Oh, you did do putt-putt. Okay, good.
All right, thanks everybody. I'm gonna build the voting sheet and then I'll send it out, and then we're gonna do athlete captain draft next weekend.
Let's go.
All right, you're live.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 7th annual Leisure Olympics draft. I am here with my co-host, the
Gabe Mims.
Gabe Mims, and it is me, truly, the Josh Nieves. Not flaking, as some might say. I did show up today, and I knew I had to show up
Early.
proud. So yeah, I came. I actually was here a little early. Pretty impressed with myself. I didn't expect it to happen, but we're here. Today we got a lot of stuff going on. You know, obviously the sports have been picked. Some of them may or may not know. Stats are looking good. Got a nice little draft day coming up, and we're quite excited. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good to go.
Yeah, they
You
sold
ready?
us off. Yeah.
I know they're like, let's get this show on the
We
road.
can go through the drafts or the players in alphabetical order, I believe.
Yes, we're going to start up here with our number 1 winner from this year, Mr. Clay Bojangles. A lot of good stats here. 6'2", 165, looking like a little Devontae Smith here, kind of
Hey,
popping
look at
off.
the weight. The weight's perfect. It's
Yeah.
165.
This is prime condition for Clay, son of Matt Money, brother of the Drew McIntyre. What an absolute legend. You know, what a guy that we love to see from time to time.
I think he's underselling his chugging. His chugging is actually really good.
Honestly, this guy, he's one of those guys that, like, you know, shows up when you need him. I'm surprised he put 2 clutch, but speed and stamina, we can obviously see.
He's humble.
He's
what it is.
humble guy, humble brag. Look at that overall.
Someone voted for him for Gulag too.
I wonder who it could be. It was one guy who also voted for him last year.
Said screw this guy.
Said,
It was probably himself at this point.
it probably was. That would be a Clay thing to do. Let's move on to our next captain here.
That arrow keyed in.
Yeah, it didn't work.
There you go.
It is the Donovan Mohan, the average male height, like the rest of us. A little overweight, but we can see that he put some good stats for himself. You know, he's here to make the black team great again. Such a legendary squad that could have been better. You know,
Jack of all trades.
Exactly. A guy that's going to come out and perform consistently. Also did get a vote for the Gulag East. So.
He had the exact same chance of making captain in Gulag, or at least that's what people thought. So everyone probably picked Clay, picked him to win, or
100%
to lose.
Exactly. It seems a little fishy, but let's keep this show on the road here.
A little too much.
Something's
probably
a little
muscle based.
Little
works
off.
out.
Next we have the E-Goon, or E-Gib as they call him, 182 centimeters.
Weighing in at 0.02 ton or 0.08 tons.
The absolute gnome master, as they call him. A guy who is also humble here. You know, 1 speed, 1 stamina, 1 strength. I don't know if you knew, but when he was going to Texas, this guy had planned on gaining some pounds, and we can see it. Look at those
bulk
tons.
up?
Look at those tons. This guy, unbeatable.
That's
But
what happens when you wake up early and go exercise.
that's what I'm saying. Those 5 a.m. grinds. It's quite surprising to see here that a man who was number 3 overall, absolutely dominated last year's Olympics, is now at 43% to make the Gulag. So we'll be quite interested to see his underdog story here.
I don't even know if it's an underdog story at this point. He did that last year. Think about it. He went from Gulag, Survivor, to Captain.
He's saying
That's a climb.
put some respect on my name is
That's
what
the
he's
AJ
asking.
climb.
That's
AJ
what
went from
he's-
loser to winner.
And it kind of was consistent like that, right? Like AJ went loser to winner, Egib went loser to winner, I went loser to
We're just
commentator.
We're using the same
So-
rig storyline
exactly.
over and over again.
What's going to happen this year? Who knows? Next, we have the first athlete to be drafted,
AJ
potentially. AJ Joyner, the man. 5'10", 248, great role player and drinker. And he's a guy who's going to put it all out on the line. Never seen this man miss.
AJ comes to win. He's trying in every sport he plays.
Exactly. Making bets on everyone, too. This is a guy who consistent across the board. Look at this. 3 speed, 3 stamina, 4 strength, great chugger, absolutely clutch when it comes to hitting deep 3-pointers. I can say so myself. But a guy who also is coming in with a high Gulag chance. Who knows if he can turn it around.
I like how they know more beer and drinking games are becoming a staple in the Olympics, essentially. So they
Right.
added the chugging is a new stat.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
stat
new stat.
we haven't seen before, but it does play a pretty big part in when you're playing beer miles, when you're doing beer relays, when you're playing beer pong.
I think people are putting chugging too much. I think they're thinking too high. They're chugging. They're gonna get humbled this year. A lot of people are gonna get humbled.
That case race will definitely put somebody on their back. So we got next. Next we have
The Ben Van Hout.
the Ben Van Hout, a guy that we love to consistently see. Always strives for the best, as you can see. You know, he's putting his stats up high, but who knows? Will that tiny white cock play a big factor?
How
Who
you
knows?
use it. It's how you use it.
Exactly. It's not the length, it's the wave of the ocean, as they say. Something like that.
Exactly. Now I know I was one of the people that voted him that he will be a captain next year.
Oh yeah, I was too. He's a guy who
It
is
might have just been
consistent.
us two then. 21%.
That's me and you.
Apparently we're the only faithful.
The only ones here, Ben. We're on your team. Love to see it. Love to see it. But would love to see the Gulag too. Sorry about it, bud.
I was gonna see him more. He's so handsome.
I know. It's just so beautiful. Another handsome man here.
His
Too.
age factor is just
Young
Here you go.
youthfulness.
Young boy.
Yeah, this is a guy who consistently is in the great perfect age range. Stays consistent with his height and weight. He's not a guy who's going to move much, but he's going to put in the buckets. He's going to put in the work. Stamina is low. You know, a lot of us can attest to that.
Yeah, what happened last year?
Yeah.
He overheated.
Yeah, he did. It was probably the most violent throw up I've ever seen in my life. But you know, he shows up, and you know, you can see people want to see him as a captain. We're here for you, buddy. We want to see on top of that totem pole.
Near-death experience. Still play the next sport.
Yeah,
So
that needs to
still
be
play
his
the
next stat.
Yeah.
Near-death experience 5. Cody, a guy who, I think the X factor of not being hurt does play pretty well into him. You can see he's pretty even. Will he be captain? Will he be Gulag? Who knows? Because this guy, broke his finger,
It's his
right?
whole career.
He
Yeah,
broke his
injuries.
finger, but a couple of days ago was snowboarding. I mean, he's amazing. You love to see it. Guy who's always going to be out there. The stamina is true. The chugging, again, a guy who I've seen chug, but one of those violent guys too. I mean,
think he broke it because I think it was AJ threw a pass at basketball at him and it just snapped. It's just too strong of a pass.
hey, that's why his strength is up.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Good luck, Cody. Hopefully those ankles are not
Stay
made of paper
safe.
this year. Yeah, stay safe. Wrap them up tight. Davis.
Davis Pauly.
He's another guy who went from the bottom of a Gulag loser to then won the next year.
Yeah,
You know?
I didn't even realize.
That's what I'm
three of
saying. That's
them.
like 3 guys right there who are going from the bottom to the top. The
It's not
Drake
rigged.
effect, as they say.
It is not rigged.
Started from the bottom, now they're here. No Gulag. You can see he's now the first year may have been a fluke, may not have been. Next year came out to win. Who's going to see what's going to happen this year? It's going to be great. We're all excited here. Stamina at a 1 is probably pretty accurate. We've seen him a couple of times, but according to the X Factor, this man's on the Goggins grind.
I want to know how. He's currently the only person that has not been chosen or assumed to be in Gulag. Not a single person thought he was going to reach Gulag.
That is
He's
true.
just that good. Does that mean he's first overall?
Who knows? Could be a little foreshadowing here. The clutch factor does play big into it too.
Above average height, so probably about 6'4".
Yeah.
Weight average, probably. If
Healthy.
he wants to be a running back, probably 210, 215.
Yeah, healthy 210, 215. We'll see how he bulks up next couple of months here as we get into the actual Olympics. But he's a man we're excited for. We're excited to see what he does.
I think he's the first with a 5 clutch. Or am I dumb?
I don't know. We'll roll the tape back.
He definitely thought about his stuff. It's not just everything down the middle.
He didn't just press 4, 4, 4, 4. He really sat down and thought about this. Oh, that's an X factor.
That
We'd
is
love to
a
see.
paragraph.
There's a lot of words there. 5'10", 150, coming in at probably pretty average for the group. People want to see him as a captain. You can see he's at 14%. The 2 of you guys who voted for him, he's probably very grateful. May have been himself. But also the Gulag E, who knows? The clown face could turn into a smile, could be wiped off. God, people always underwrite this guy, but he may be my underdog for this year.
Let me think. Only year he was in Gulag was OBX, right? With
OBX.
us?
Yeah, with us, the OBX Kings.
That's all he needs.
That's all he needs.
He needs 1 win, and then he's free of Gulag.
Team OBX, we're here for you. Oh, the man.
Miller High Life.
The highlights.
Sponsored. Miller High Life.
Please sponsor us.
Yes, please.
We're asking for it. You can see someone made a vote for Gideon. You got the supporters there.
Bunch of people want Alex in the Gulag.
Yeah,
They're tired of
which
this
is-
guy. I think they're tired of him.
It's unfortunate. You never know what's going to happen. Like I said, look at him across the board. Good speed, good stamina. He's got some decent clutch to him.
Mm-hmm.
He can chug a little bit. I've seen that man chug. I know what he can do. He may be one of the only guys to underplay his chugging. A lot of them are in the force, which
I think he underplayed his chugging. I think he underplayed his stamina. And then I think he overplayed his strength. That guy has a stick.
yeah,
I don't know what he's thinking.
the 155 might be soaking wet, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe he's also on the bulk up here.
Ex-cross country player. That's where
Ex-cross
that stamina
country
comes from.
Ex-cross country athlete,
He knows
star.
he knows how to breathe.
Yeah, he's got the 4 in, 4 outs. We've seen it before. Yeah, exactly.
Deal with
2 in the
contractions.
nose, 1 out the mouth. He's a guy who drives stick, and I can respect that.
Do you drive stick?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can drive stick.
Okay. I cannot.
Yeah.
That's too fancy for me.
Oh,
Miller Albers.
the man, the myth, the legend, son of the Sean Miller. We can see 5 clutch here, maybe, right? He beat me in 1 basketball game. Wouldn't say it was super clutch. Some may say I gave it to him. Some may say he played us hard out.
I don't know. A dub's a dub. Think about it.
Yeah, that's right. But he's looking good stat wise. 6 foot, 220. That's what we want out of
that's all
out of a
muscle,
prime
too.
running back
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, I've seen this guy putting the hours in the gym.
Shoulder pass down.
Exactly.
Lower body.
Exactly.
What do you need?
You're running dive. He's right there behind the O line. He's going to be
Yeah.
putting in the work for you.
And I think we are currently the only ones that believe in him, with the 79% believing he's Gulag bound.
I think with the chair being the official the official punishment. A lot of people want to see a little bit of
It lingers. Well, his photo
Right.
is from the chair that he used, or he did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Definitely was a sight to see. A sight to see.
Fun fact: today I finally just chucked my shoes that I was there for.
Oh,
And
no.
they were just drenched and all this stuff. I just chucked them in the washing
Yeah,
machine.
you can't keep those. You got to run those through a couple cycles. They got to get. There's some
They
impurities in
changed
those.
color.
I believe. Hopefully, you didn't wear white shoes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He does truly believe in his clutch factor, though.
Which
We'll
I
see
can
what happens.
respect. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. A lot of these sports can potentially play into his favor. So we'll see what he's got for him. You know, we believe in you, buddy. A lot of people aren't, but Team OBX is here for you. And we come to our final individual,
There we go. Just
Do
lag a
have-
little bit.
Mr. Arizona,
Dear God.
Mr. Minnesota.
How's that an X factor?
Yeah, I don't know. Could be. It's the Kirk effect, right? Get this man a chain, and all those stats get increased by 1. That's all I know. 21% captainship. This guy consistently, I feel like he's always been like top 6.
Yeah, he's always lingers. He's either in.
Yeah.
He was a captain last year, and then he's
Right.
always 4th place, pretty much. Other than that,
Right? It's like consistently, he's right there, right beneath
no.
it.
I think last year screwed him up. But
Yeah.
I think it was literally 4th, 3rd. Like, was his whole thing.
That's awesome. If that's not Kirk Cousins to a T, I don't know what is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, always there, but just short. You know, kind of like Nick, 5'8". So
Very
on,
short.
on the tiny grind as well. But the clutch factor's there. We've seen this guy with his threes. I mean, basketball is a pretty much lock with this guy.
Basketball, I think he wanted field goal kicks back in.
Yep,
Believes in himself in that.
he knows that leg is strong. He's
In fact, look
he
at.
wants it.
I'm surprised he put strength strongest. He's been in the gym.
Dude, that man,
He's kicking it.
he's
is what
getting up
saying.
at 4. I get up at like 6, and this man's already texting me. Go back to bed. It's 4 o'clock. Over
It's not healthy.
there. Yeah,
It's not healthy.
Well, when you're living off monsters, you can make anything happen. Sponsor the man. Sponsor the man.
And it's all of them.
And that's it. That's it. Now it is time for the showdown, the actual draft. We got a lot of great potential here. What, 4 rounds, 3 rounds of this? We do have our captains.
9 picks.
Yeah, we have our captains here. First on the clock, number 1 overall guy consistently makes captainship is the Clay Bojangles.
Clay is first pick.
He is first pick. Let's throw him on the clock. Oh, my eye is itchy.
Oh wait, no, he gets first pick to choose his spot. I think it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
He's still getting put on the clock. We're
Yeah.
starting it now.
Put him on the clock. We'll see. We've heard a couple of things about maybe a couple of trades, you know, a couple of pick replacements. Who knows what's going to happen here? But,
Just trades.
you know, I don't know. We'll see what he has. He's got 5 minutes here. You know, I think Clay's got something up his sleeve. He's always a guy who as soon as, you know, sports are picked, teams are available to be drafted, he's going to start scheming. So,
Draft wise, Clay is really good at talking,
right?
and then eventually people agree with him.
Yeah.
It's just how many words does it take?
He's good at getting the mind games in. He knows what to do. I can see him scheming over there. He's trying to figure out some sort of plan, maybe working up a couple of deals. He's on the phones already.
I do believe he has already guaranteed a trade, or not a trade, but a deal with Evan. I don't know what
Okay.
it was.
Okay.
I just
okay.
know insider knowledge. There may,
Okay.
not may,
Per
I'm pretty
source.
sure there is.
Per source.
Unless they flip each other off, like right now.
Something could be a brewing. I can see it happening. Yeah, I think Clay's one of those guys who he knows what he's doing from the jump. He'll tell you one thing. You know, he'll say, "Okay, Josh, I'm going to draft you," and then if the draft comes up, your name's nowhere to be found. Clay, I'll remember that.
Not only that, you were intentionally sold.
Intentionally sold, like I'm just some bag of rocks.
You were going to be on my team, but I made a deal.
Yeah, it's you know it's an everyday affair. It's something that you know you see
Screw
from the
that
jump
guy.
happening.
Think about it.
Get
He's
your
the,
hopes
he's
up.
the one that runs and maintains this Olympics thing.
Right. I
And
mean,
yet he's still the captain every year.
every year. I
This
don't
is
know.
some bad WWE stuff.
I don't know, Jim. Could be a little rigged. Could not be. He may just be that guy.
You always notice how there's always like a couple sports that just don't get recorded. It's weird, right?
Yeah, it is kind of odd.
But it was definitely played.
Yeah. We lost the footage. Didn't save.
Real
You know,
shame.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know we'll see what he's got. I see him I think he's getting ready. He's getting excited.
Yes. While we're waiting, I know he can see he's on the clock, right? Oh, whatever. He'll figure out later. But
I hope so. He's got 2.5 minutes left.
Miller had to fight his way into the Olympics. There was
Did he?
him and Sapol played, and then
What'd they do? What'd they do? Tell me about
they
it.
had to play a bunch of relay stuff. The footage was lost forever.
Of course.
It was, the classic.
Yeah.
Which Miller won 1-2
Okay.
to beat Sapol to come into the Olympics.
Okay.
And so now I believe Sapol's coming in as a athlete.
Ooh, okay. You love to see him. Sapol's a guy who you love to have as a party. You know, he's gonna be there for the team. He's gonna show up. You know,
I think
Sapol will miss you.
him and Evan are true chuggers that I know. They're guaranteed.
Yeah.
They deserve the clutch or not the clutch, but the chugging stat.
Right, exactly. Him, like I said, I think Gideon's my dark horse in that case too, because he only gave himself a 3, and he's a guy who is in that same sort of ball tier. I don't know. Evan and Sapol are in a different breed, but
And they would spin.
our first captain is making his appearance slowly but surely.
Potion seller. I need your strongest potions.
Hello, boys.
Hello.
Hello, audience.
Welcome.
So today I present to you my first pick. If you want to hold on to that,
Thank you, sir.
while you take that, I'm gonna give this piece of paper to Gabe.
Ooh.
So this is my first pick,
Okay.
but this is a trade
Oh.
that I've made. So if you want to read that, you can take care of that. Thank you, boys.
Do you know the order? Is the order
This
set?
this is the
Or
order.
that sets the order?
This is the
Okay.
order.
This sets. Oh, this is the entire order for all 3 of you.
No,
Or this is just you, this is you.
Where I go, and then
Okay.
Donnie's gonna be on the clock. And
Right.
then Egib.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Let's do it. Here we go.
What's what I do?
You want to press the eyes itching a little bit?
Oh yeah, we don't want the timer to go off. It's a little
With the first positioning pick in the athletes draft, we have Clay Bojangles taking the 3rd position in the draft.
he will be.
3rd position in the draft. I don't know
It is a
if
snake
that's something
draft.
I expected. Yeah, it is. It is a snake draft. We can go and put Donnie on the clock. He has 5
hold on, I
minutes
gotta do
from
the
now.
trade.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about this trade.
Dear God.
That's a paragraph in and of itself.
Hold on, there's exclamation points. Trade
Trade
between Clay and Evan. Clay will give Evan the first overall pick in the draft, so the first slot draft.
Wow.
Clay gives Egib Clay. Oh, what the? No, I was wrong.
Okay.
Restart.
hold on.
Clay gives Evan 1 sport draft pick, which is Gnome Hide and Seek.
Okay.
So they traded sports picks.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
and Egib can't pick Ben Blaine in the first round.
Wow. Okay, so Clay's gonna guarantee that Egib's team
Well, this is some
gets
high level
hide and gnome seek. Clay gives Egib 1 sport draft pick, so that means he's gonna give him his pick when it's Clay's turn to pick a sport, and Egib can't pick Ben or Blaine in the first round. That's the important part, is that Ben and Blaine are officially locked out of being on Egib's team in the first round. Kind of puts him in a tough predicament, but it guarantees that Egib's team gets Gnome Hide and Seek, I think is what that says.
Yeah, Evan
So
wanted
that
Evan wanted Gnome Hide and Seek in
Right.
the Olympics,
Right.
and then the condition for Clay pretty much making that happen is Egib cannot pick Ben or Blaine in the first round.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Huge. That's big.
Interesting.
Yeah. Donovan, let's go and get you on the clock here.
That's huge because
T-5.
how much money?
You're saying what?
Oh, it's Donovan's turn, I believe.
Yep. It is.
How much money do
Oh.
Blaine and Ben get for not being like the
a
first
quick
overall?
choice.
That was quick.
Hold on. Pause that thought.
Screw that thought.
What's going on, fellas?
Yeah.
Hey, cutie.
Please welcome the Donovan Mohan.
Hello. So we already got trades going down. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is big. Are you coming with another trade here?
I wish.
Okay.
Nobody talks to Donnie.
Of course.
Yeah, it's okay.
They're
But
always
this is
scheming.
my draft position.
Okay.
So
The draft position is in. Dun, 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 dun. With the second pick in the athletes draft, Donovan Mohan has chosen to go first overall which then means Egib is given the second position to go ahead and make his first draft.
So Donovan goes
Going to-
first overall.
Yep.
Evan goes second, and then Donovan gets put back on the clock. Am I right?
No. I think Clay is still. It'll stay like this. So Donovan will go first. Egib will go second. Clay will take the 3 and 4. Egib will take the 5. This
Yeah, so
doesn't
Donovan's
affect-
back on the clock.
Yeah, Donovan is back on the clock. Yes, exactly.
Oh, wrong button.
As we work through
You see me
some minor
scroll,
technical
man.
difficulties,
All right, we're back. Donovan is on the clock.
Donovan is on the clock. He has 5 minutes to make his first pick. A lot of good options here. You know, you got the full slew of people, right? Donovan's probably going to want to take Nick. There's some good black team connection. He did say he does want to reincarnate the black team. Was that a little bit of foreshadowing? Was it not? Who knows? But you also have, Cody. Will he stay healthy? Davis, a consistent producer, who I'm pretty sure he took last year.
Yeah, I could see Davis getting picked.
Davis
I
getting
think
picked.
Cody and Donovan consistently get injured every year, so it's a huge.
It's a big liability that they're up against here.
That's the dream team.
Yeah.
If like the sun and the moon collide.
Right. It's either they're playing like Scotty and MJ, or they're gulag bound.
No one believes in Ben, but I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Big Ben fan.
Big Ben lover over here.
But he'll probably go. Shoot,
Maybe he'll go 3.
I could see him go 3.
Maybe
4.
with this trade, it was foreshadowing that Clay will take Blaine and Ben. Who knows? I guess we will have to see. Blaine said, "Damn, now I can't go first." You still can, Blaine. You can still go first overall.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Donovan
about.
can still take you.
That's what I'm talking about. Blaine can't get picked first overall, or currently, or now he can't be picked second overall. So
Right.
if he's not picked first overall, how much money is that guy losing?
Yeah.
Not being like a first round pick.
I don't know. I mean, you go
That's
from
insane.
not only just a first round pick, but you go from the number 1 pick to number 5. That's a few mil out the
You're
pocket.
gonna lose a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, Nike's not picking you up.
Yeah.
You're going with Puma. Puma's
Oh my
got you
gosh.
on a couple-year deal.
This trade screws him over the most.
Yeah, I think
so bad.
Blaine had potential to go, top 2, and now who knows what's going to happen. What are some of the comments reading out to us? Let us know if you guys have any questions during this. We're very open and honest on this show. Team OBX wants to go ahead and talk about ourselves, talk about our experiences here in the Olympics, but also talk about you guys. We're here for the fans. We want to make sure that you guys are coming back. Feel free to like and subscribe with a little bell notification. Get onto these Leisure Olympics picks. You can go back to a couple years before and see myself absolutely dominate in beer pong. But hold that note. With that being said, we do have the Donovan Mohan walking in
First overall draft
to
pick.
go ahead and talk about his first overall draft pick. Does he have second thoughts? Does he know what he wants to do?
So
Here we go.
funny you say second thoughts. I did have second thoughts, but
Of
then I
course.
thought in my head, no, this has been the pick all along.
Stay
Go
true
with
to
the
yourself.
first thought.
Stay true to
All
yourself.
off season, this has been my pick.
This is the guy.
He's worthy of first overall.
Of course.
He has not been on Black Team before.
Oh.
Yes, but he will now be.
Oh.
I think size matters, and this guy he's big.
A lot of girth.
A lot of girth.
We do
Big
love
girth.
our girthy boys. Our girthy boys.
Welcome to the team, buddy.
Welcome to the team. With that being said, the number 1 overall draft pick, a guy that we probably could have seen coming from a mile away. It is the Davis Polly. Congratulations, buddy.
Ollie.
Number 1 overall pick. Was he picked number 1 last year?
Team captain, I think.
Oh, he was a captain. I mean, this guy, he just
Yeah, he won
started from the
OBX.
bottom. Now we're here. Yeah, this guy can't stop. You love to see it.
Was it him, Nick, and
Him, Nick,
Clay?
and probably Clay. Yeah, I think Clay's always been top 3. But
oh yeah.
let's give me a little bit here. But yeah, we love to see the Davis. Oh, make sure to put old Egib back on the clock here.
Don't worry, we'll give him a little extra time. I know he's a little slow.
Yeah, he is. His brain power is a little low on it, but you love to see it, right? Davis
Evan's on the clock.
Davis did say in his X Factor that he's going to pull out the Goggins move. He's here to lift the boats. He's here to carry the boats. Who's going to carry the boats? As David Goggins would say.
I may not understand it.
They don't
but
know
I
me,
agree
son.
with it.
They don't know me, son. Y'all haven't listened to David Goggins' book through the audio version. Oh, wait, pause on that. The second pick is coming in quick.
You had 5
All
minutes.
that smack. Man, I had 5 minutes. Y'all were talking some smack.
We're here for you. We're here for you.
So, I got Jones on the hat and Jones on the shirt. So
Ooh,
here's
the-
my pick.
The king.
The third Jones.
The
Go on,
king.
announce it.
The third Jones with the number 2 overall pick. We have Cody Jones Baker. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
The
sir.
ageless wonder, 9 for probably 20 years of his life.
Been
9
16
years
for the
old.
past 20 years.
Just got his
See.
driver's license last year.
Yep.
Very proud.
Just passed boating school. Mrs. Puff gave him the all clear. Yeah, like I said, Cody's a guy who confuses me a little bit because he always is consistently injured, but then goes out and snowboards. You know, who's gonna know what happens, right? He's a 50-50 shot. Will he be out of the gulag? Will he stay in? Will he be a captain next year? You know, it's all about them ankles. But Cody Jones does have a little bit of stamina on him. Does have the clutch. Can chug a little bit. You know, like I said, you know.
Nah, he overstated.
A lot of them do
Yeah.
kind of pad the stats a little bit. You know, they go to these parties and play against a bunch of randoms. They say, "Oh, I'm that guy," and then they show up to the Olympics, and all things change. But I do kind of like the pick here at number 2. It is interesting to see what will Clay do now. Will he abide by the trade? Will he go ahead and take the dynamic duos of the Bees here and Ben and Blaine? Will he kind of switch out a little bit? Will he take Mr. Minnesota, Nick Olson? There's a lot of great options here on this turn. And I think it'll really set the tone for E-Gibbs' team. If he now has, 2 thin guys, will he get a beefy boy here in one of these 3 guys? Will he, stick with the skinny squad? Who knows?
Let me
Any thoughts?
Well, he definitely wants Blaine. I know he wants Blaine. I think Blaine's a lock of not being in anybody's team but Clay's.
Yeah, it's a family thing. That freaking nepotism at
And
its finest.
I mean, again, of course, I would go the Ben Van Hout, but I could see Nick. Oh, the clock. Clay has about 2 minutes left on the clock.
Yep, we're gonna go ahead and just cut that short. Tell him he's got 2 minutes here.
Yeah, he should already know his picks, and he's got 2.
Right. I mean, like you
1
said,
minute per pick.
this is a scheming guy. He already knows what he's doing. He did this trade for a reason. He put himself, in the prime position to go ahead and dominate this draft.
Blaine said he's trying to go for the big baller brand.
Yes, sir.
Not as if you're second round, if Clay picks you second here, if he picks you in the 4 slot, you ain't getting that brand.
Yeah, no. LeVar is not calling you. I promise. He's already moved on. He's going after those ankles. Look at Cody's little face. It's just such a. I can't really say much. He's underage, so I can't talk about him too hard. But we like to see this. I think the teams so far are looking pretty good. Donovan wants the hype, counteract himself. E-Gib now takes a consistent player in Cody. It'll be interesting to see how basketball goes. Cody's obviously always a lock. Davis and Donnie together can be pretty well. Little Kobe and Shaq action. Who knows?
Yeah, basketball can get interesting.
Yeah, I think basketball is always one of
But
those
the
sports.
teams so far.
Run me through the sports real quick so that we can go ahead and talk about it. What are the primaries looking like for the individuals? They're up there at the top.
Top right. Oh, shoot!
Yes, sir.
Hold on. There you go. You can read it right there.
Oh, let's go. We got bocce ball, which Davis most likely picked himself. I think he did. He wanted to be in.
Bocce ball, field goal kicks.
That's going to be Donnie and Davis's downfalls. Those field goals.
Free throws are back. Which free throws? Evan got I think he got 4 points. So he got
Okay.
top. What is that? Top 5, top 4.
Yeah.
And free throws.
Yeah.
Hold Your Breath is back.
Wow, classic.
Home Run Derby.
I did not expect Hold Your Breath to make it again.
We got yelled at Home Run Derby last time because we were hitting dingers in like an elementary school, like softball
Right.
field. And this dude got really mad because his car was near it. Understandable.
Some people.
The Fitness-Gram Pacer test.
Oh, let's go. A classic.
That's
a
a
staple.
Stamina bound.
That is a
sport.
staple. You love
Potato
to see
sack
it.
race, it was actually really good last year.
Yeah,
it only
I-
lasted like 30 seconds.
No,
It
it
was
was beautiful. It was beautiful to see. The guys really put in a lot of effort. What are we looking at for the team sports? How
Team
do we
sports
see
are-
some of these going through?
Basketball, beer mile relay, beer pong, capture the
course.
flag, case race, which is another alcohol sport,
Mm-hmm.
custom relay, which I believe Donovan wrote like a manifesto on it, but I didn't read it.
Nope, not me. Either.
So it's
Yeah.
custom.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
Disc golf doubles,
Wow.
which
Wow, that's a first. First in the
Um,
Olympics.
all three captains have, like, they're pretty good at disc golf.
Right.
Like, that's their special, not really their specialty. Claywood may have trouble, I don't know, putting maybe,
Potentially.
because it's like, it definitely is a little bit different.
Right. A little heavier of a disc.
Dodgeball, egg toss, flip cup. Flip cup?
A lot of that's like 4 or 5, drinking related games.
Flip cup's going to take like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It was a primary one year. It was year 2
yeah,
was
it
a
was.
primary. I lost.
We don't need to go down memory lane. Those are tough for us.
Football. Can't believe they're bringing football back.
Yeah, football's a classic.
They hated football the year I did it for some reason.
Yeah, I think
Maybe because I won.
normally it's one of those sports that ends up being like one of the last ones picked, and by then there's so much strategy, there's so much investment, there's so much collusion going on. You really don't know what's going to happen. What else are we looking at here?
Gnome hide and seek, which is the one for the trade.
Right, that's the trade bound.
Jenga elimination
Interesting.
and volleyball.
And volleyball.
Big volleyball guy.
Big volleyball
Next
guy.
pick coming in.
On that note, the king of volleyball, Mr. Clay Bojangles, is here.
Is it both picks or just one?
This is both picks.
This is both picks.
I
Okay.
had to take a little extra time because this was a bit of a difficult decision, actually.
I figured.
But I'll go ahead and leave it here for you boys.
Okay, let's go.
I see.
I see.
I like
yeah. What looks like a difficult decision seemed pretty predictable.
And this order is
but also is very
guaranteed,
interesting to
right?
see. Yeah, these are hopefully not. There's not going to be some mid game trades. But with that being said, Clay's back-to-back picks are Mr. Big Baller Brand. He got the deal. Blaine Hosea, LeVar's calling, LaMelo's calling, LiAngelo's calling.
They all start with L?
Who's the last one?
Lonzo.
Lonzo's calling, the most important. And on the turn, we do see the Ben Van Hout getting his shot at the 4th overall pick. Wow,
Let's go. That's
this
what I
is
would've
beautiful.
chose. Although I probably would have picked Ben over Blaine.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you gotta
also
get Blaine the
wouldn't have-
deal.
I wouldn't have known about the deal beforehand.
No, you gotta get Blaine the contract, the sponsorship.
Oh yeah,
deal.
I know.
That's why he went 3rd.
I just didn't know it.
I respect the game. I respect the game.
The grind.
Yeah, I respect the grind, respect the game. Let's go in and make sure Egib is ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
We know that he is up on the clock again. There may be, with the remaining 5 picks, it seems like it could be predictable who goes here, but also you never know, right? A lot of stuff that we can see with this 5th overall pick. Do we see somebody like AJ, again, a clutch factor, has the chemistry with Cody, has the chemistry with Egib? Do we see Gideon, who, is an X factor type of player, my underdog for this year, guy who I could see going top 3, always consistently underrated. You do have the Alex Kranich. If he shows up in those jean shorts, best believe you're in for a wild ride. Finally, you have Miller, who's one of the guys who was going, he was chairbound a few years back, made it up, and do we see him chairbound again? Who knows? But I said finally before, can't forget about the Nick Olson, Mr. Minnesota.
I think next pick, Evan picks Kernich,
Mm-hmm.
and then it leads into Black Team.
The reincarnation. Oh,
never mind.
We saw a little.
My
bit
opinion
of-
has changed the course.
We've shifted the tides. Wait, no, we
doesn't
shifted
know.
the tides
He
again.
doesn't know.
He's so conflicted right now. What's gonna happen?
If you don't know,
the GM is
our GM and draft board is telling us he knows the pick, and then he waves that he doesn't know it.
He
He doesn't know it again.
He's in his head. He doesn't know what's gonna happen. This might be the turning point of the draft, the turning point of the night, right here at the 5th pick. This might be one of the most crucial picks, right? Because it has to be somebody strong enough to outweigh the next double loop. I think the 2nd pick is the most difficult. Our GM keeps going in and out like he's ready for a burger.
Yeah, I also think it's the strongest bottom tier players. Like usually the very, very bottom are like if you go 3rd slot, usually like the past couple of years, it's been like
your team's
usually
good.
2nd to last and last are like not as good as the rest, but I think it's
Right.
pretty jam packed. Essentially,
I can't see what that says, but
essentially we have
it
been
said
shown
something.
that Evan's little slip that he's been writing to tell us who he's picking has been scribbled out roughly 6 times.
yeah, there's a lot of used pencil lead on that piece of paper. It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
2.5 minutes left.
2.5 minutes left on the clock. He still has time to think about it. Like I said, this to me, the 5th pick is the most important because, like you said, right, there's a clear divide in terms of empirical stats for the top 3 guys, the middle group, and then the bottom.
There's layers.
There's layers to
tiers,
it.
I guess. Yeah.
This guy's peeling them back like an onion, and he is finally ready to make his pick.
Nothing more to say.
Nothing
more to
say. Let's do a final tally code of tally vote. How many scribbles? We have 6 scribbles here. A lot of the same name written down. I don't know. Okay, I don't know was one of them. But here we go with the 5th overall pick. We have the man from Minnesota, Nick Olson, off of the draft board.
Nothing more to say.
Nothing more to say. This man is ready to put in the work, and he's showing it by investing in you. Don't let this man down.
That's that 3 a.m. grind.
You love to see it.
Pushing him up the stock.
You love to. You love to see it. You love to see it.
Like, again, think about it. Nick, like we said, every year but last year is consistently 4th, and then he got 3rd place one year.
Right.
And he's drafted 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. He's the 8th pick pretty much.
Which is
because
crazy.
there's the 3 captains. And
Right. Right. Let's go and get Donnie. Donnie's ready to go. Donnie's getting nervous. Who knows what's going to happen? Will Donnie take here the dynamic duo? Is Donnie going for chemistry? Is Donnie going for,
pure
the
basketball
underdog?
team.
Is he going for a straight basketball lineup here?
Basketball lineup, he goes Alex.
Basketball lineup, he goes Alex, maybe even Miller. He may go AJ because, like I
Miller.
said, the chemistry there between all of them. Donnie, AJ, and Davis may have been on blue team together that one year. I don't remember. I know at least
Dear
AJ
God,
and Davis
that blue
were.
team. You know that blue team never won?
Yeah.
They didn't win a single sport?
Well, they were the team that either won or lost every single time. I don't think they ever
that
went
was
middle.
Okay, you're talking about year 4.
Yeah, that was the Gatlinburg year where that blue team was either
Boomer
fantastic or awful, right? They were the ESPN stat to a T of boomer bust. Where are you going to go? And you never truly knew. But here we go. Donnie is on the clock. He's got a little over 4 minutes left. What will he do with this final pick here? Like I said, is he going for chemistry in an AJ and Gideon? Is he going for, gamer buddies here with a little Alex and AJ? Is he going for the hatred to be reignited, revamped here with Miller? Who's going to know what's going to happen in this pick? Not me, but Donnie does. Donnie knows what's going to happen. Let's look a little bit at some of Nick's stats here while we have a second, just to kind
The
of
Minnesota.
go over the Minnesota man himself. A guy who
What is his height? 5'8"? Really?
5'8", yeah, he's a little on the shorter end. We'll get him some of those insoles this year.
Yes.
Get those numbers beefed up.
Little Disney shoes.
Yeah. He's going to show up with the monsters. He's going to show up and consistently, he's good for the field goal kicks. He's good for, a couple of the drinking games. He's good for football. What's crazy to me is this might be the first year where we don't see Ultimate Frisbee. As you were mentioning, those,
thank goodness.
I didn't even
realize
think
it.
about that. And that kind of makes me mad because it's a sport that everybody hates except for 3 people.
I don't know how it keeps getting in.
And it consistently made it in, except for this year. So this may be a completely different Olympics than the last couple of years. You guys are going to have to tune in. See us every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in April to go ahead and take some clues here. We can see in the chat. We want to see the admins reunited, right? If you can get the admins together, you know that you're in for a wild ride.
Oh, he does get a double pick here.
That's what I'm saying. Could we see the teams united? It is destiny.
Unite the admins, and then Kernich and Davis are from the same. They're the year 2016, 2017 from high school or something.
Right. The River Ridge connection. There's a lot of stuff that could go on here, and I think this may be Donovan's saving grace. It could be Donovan's downfall. Like we said, once you get through the first 4 or 5 picks, empirically it seems to go down a little bit just from the number standpoint of who's the most consistent, how do the teams compare together. I think one guy in this draft who is always a juggernaut is AJ, just because he's very
He won a year.
he wants to win and he's going to grind. So with that being said, we have Mr. Mohan in today.
Both picks are just one.
These are gonna be both picks.
Both picks.
This took me a while.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. This is a tough little pick here.
This is a tough go.
Egib did snipe me. I'm not gonna. Nick, I wish we could be reunited, man.
The black
I wanted
team.
you. I wanted you bad, but it wasn't in the stars. These
okay.
are my next two picks. The first guy, he we haven't seen eye to eye, but we need size, and I think he's got a little clutch factor in him this year.
Oh,
wow.
Second guy,
It was a stat he chose.
Second guy, immaculate vibes.
Wow.
Vibes.
Immaculate
And,
vibes.
I think this team is gonna take it. We're gonna go number one. Nobody's gonna have to worry about the gulag.
Okay.
We're gonna have a good time.
Okay.
All right.
Here we
Welcome
go.
to the team, boys.
Welcome in. With that being said, quite surprising of picks, to be honest. Not something I expected to see here, but with the 6th overall pick, we're going to go ahead and take Mr. Andrew Miller. As I've said before, a guy who is consistent. We know that he's dedicated because he's done everything to get back into the Olympics.
Dedicated to his craft.
Yeah, dedicated to his craft. A man who's consistently putting in the work in the real estate business. Finally, we have one half of the admins here. Mr. Alex Kranich taken off the board at 7th. Wow. What a new black team. Looking at the old black team may have been a little bit better. Who knows?
That
But
team's winning basketball, by the way.
that team in basketball is quite disgusting. Yeah, I think they're set. They got great shooters. They got great size. They got great rebounders. They're definitely putting in work. They're locking up one sport. That's all I know.
If they win the first primary, they better pick basketball immediately.
Yeah, that's got to go off the board. They got to make sure that's not scrambled. But that's what makes the Olympics so fun, right? When it comes to the overall factor of it, for those tuning in who are relatively newer to the Olympics business, you see a couple of things, right? So there's going to be 12 games that go on as a team, 6 games that are individual. But of those 12 team games, let's go and get on the board. Of those 6 team games, what we have is 6 games that are scrambled. 6 games that don't include these teams. These are consistent for 6, but the other 6 are completely random. So, as Mr. Kranich has been expressing in the draft, we didn't get to see the admin collab. They will be together the entire trip, so maybe they'll talk a little bit, strategize on how to defeat the team that doesn't draft Gideon. But who knows to see. As Nick has stated, he's got the sleeve. He's ready to come out and ball.
Yeah, he said we're disrespecting him for thinking the other team
He's
can win
saying,
basketball.
put some respect on my name. I'm Mr. Clutch Basketball. And he's got Cody, too. If Cody's ankles aren't torn to shreds, that man's going to be a good little dynamic duo. It's like Steph and Clay.
And
when it
Evans
comes to
free
Olympics.
throws, call some fouls,
Woo! Get that man in the mid-range. He's looking like a prime Kobe.
setting them up.
You can't stop him. He's going to put in the work. The flow's going to be flowing. The hair is going to be rocking. He's excited for that team. And I think here as we hit the last 2 picks in the draft, there's a couple of things that people may see. I think the reason AJ's fallen so much, he's consistently around that 6 to 5 spot, is because we see him, want to dominate primaries. He definitely is a guy who's going to put in the work. But he, at the end of all, he's here to win. So, are they going to go? Is Team Egib going to take, AJ? Is he going to go ahead and go with the other admin? What are your thoughts here on this eighth pick?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Who would Evan pick?
Yeah, it's a throw up, and a mashup, a throw around, whatever words you want to say for it. He's scheming over there. He doesn't know exactly what he wants to do. I think his goal here with this squad, some of these games that we're looking at, he's going to want a little bit of drinkers on his team. He's going to want some chugging. He's going to want some stamina. He's going to want to see some hard work, dedication. Who's going to know what's going to happen? I think this may be the most diverse Olympics so far. Like, Donovan taking Andrew Miller is such a surprise to me.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's a surprise, and
I thought it was gonna be Alex Gideon.
100%. That was my thoughts too.
And then I think Clay's team would work maybe better with AJ. So like, do you take AJ because of that?
Yeah, it's a lot of strategies going to have to come into the safe pick. It doesn't seem like an important one, but when you get to the end of the draft, you get somebody like Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, who's currently putting in work. You know, they're going to try and replace him with Garoppolo, which is crazy to think about. But it's always those last guys that you really don't expect much out of that really put in the work. You know, so AJ and Gideon both here, they're going to be guys who are going to be grinded. You know, when you're in this position of bottom of the draft, I know I've been there a couple of times. You know, you
I was
feel
consistently bottom as well.
Right. You feel a little defeated because it's like, why am I not being taken? They don't love me.
They don't understand my
They
talent.
don't understand what this body has gone through to put me in this position. But, you know, it's a spot that you feel very conflicted with. It's a spot that you feel that you need to really put on for the team. And I think both of these guys can fit either role consistently, right? Like AJ with E-Gibbs' team, you know, he has a connection with Cody. They've been friends for a long time. You put Gideon on this squad. Gideon is that X factor. He's that underdog. You know, you really don't know what to expect, but with the 8th pick in the draft, we have
this time
Mr. E gave himself to go ahead and close this out. Let us know how the teams are going to look. Give us a little bit of an insight on how you're feeling here with this pick.
As equally sniped as Donovan.
Oh, wow. Okay. A little cross-sniping.
I really thought Miller was going to fall to me.
Yeah, we did too.
I thought
I was very surprised by it, but, you know, I'm happy for their team. I think they're going to do great things, as well as my team.
Mm-hmm.
With this pick right here, actually, in my hand.
This is the one?
You just want to go on ahead and let them know.
Here we go.
This pick guarantees.
This guarantees the 8th and the 9th spot in this year's draft. With the 8th overall pick, finalizing Team E-Gib, we have Mr. AJ Joyner here to go ahead and wrap it up. And with that being said, we know our final Gulag potentially our last pick, Mr. Irrelevant, Gideon
Dry
Rags. A guy who, like I said, I think completes Clay's team well. I think AJ completes E-Gib's team well. I think the admin and Miller complete Donovan's team well. A lot of great stuff here. Any closing thoughts here on the draft? What are your predictions?
Oh, it blew my mind. So, Davis got picked to first roll, it made sense.
Yep.
Cody got picked, and then Blaine, Ben. I could have seen
Nick. I could have seen Nick going there.
Maybe even Neich if they really, really wanted him for some reason.
Right.
And then after that happened, I thought Evan was gonna choose Kernich.
Yeah.
But he picked Nick.
We love to see it. We want to open up the floor. A couple of questions
Donnie.
we got. Yeah, I think Donnie's dunks are good. We got the captains here with us. Thank you for tuning into the draft as we sort of close this up here. We got a couple of last questions for these guys. We'll kind of go one by one. Donnie, you had the first overall pick. What are your thoughts on this year's Olympics? How do you feel about the team you've drafted? Do you feel positive? Is this what you expected to happen? Do you think some stuff had changed? You know, how do you feel going into this year's Olympics?
Yeah, going to this, we were completely blind. I'm not gonna lie, we didn't know what was going on, and then heard some whispers of a trade. There was a trade, obviously.
There was a trade that happened. Yep.
After the trade, I looked hard, and then I wanted height because you know, even though I am the average male height,
yep,
I still needed some height there.
Put some respect on his name.
Picking Davis was good, but getting sniped out of my good friend Nick. No matter how far you move away, you'll be close to my heart.
Right.
I got sniped there, so I took a little chance, and we got Miller.
Yeah, run me through the Miller pick. Like I said, there's a lot of history there, whether positive or negative. Pulling up Miller here.
Yeah, pull up a chair. Tell us.
Yeah. You know, Miller did his punishment. He got a clean slate, so he's walking in clean. And then I was just looking at the sports, and like y'all said, we got the nuttiest basketball sport you could possibly have.
Yeah, guaranteed lock almost.
Whether we play it or not, we don't know.
Right.
But I was looking at all those sports, and I thought Miller was a good vibe pick for that. And Kernich on top, just because, you know, it's Kernich, and there's a lot of chugging there. There's a lot of running.
Right.
And
the stamina's high.
And I love Kernich. So
yeah, you got to counteract Davis's 1 stamina with Nich's 5.
Exactly.
So I love it. I think Donovan's got a great team here. we do have Mr. Egib up here, ready to kind of talk a little bit. Egib, same thing I asked Donovan, right? Talk me through your team. What were your thoughts going into your picks? How do you feel about the overall, completion of the squad here? Are you happy? Is this what you expected? Are you feeling a little different? What's your thoughts?
I still love my team. Definitely unexpected.
Right.
We're definitely playing around the vibe factor at the beginning.
That is big.
So I liked the Cody. I liked the Nick. Obviously, couldn't get Nick and Kernite, sadly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But looking at some
Looking
at some of the sports out there, I'm like, I gotta play for the team. I can't pick the primaries. Like I can't play for myself. Gotta play for the team like a good captain does. So,
right.
We're looking at those election sports, trying to get the best possible team for those.
Right. Yeah, I think there's a lot of great sports here. There's a lot of great sports here that play into your favor too, right? Gnome hide and seek. You got a lot of fast guys who can move gnomes around. Custom relay. Who's gonna know what the exact thing is? Catch the flag. You got some speed on this team. Beer pong. You got a couple of drinkers. Guys who are consistent. I like the squad here. Any questions for Mr. Egib here for the remainder of his team? What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, what made you think about Nick? When you looked at Nick, you said, "That's my guy."
That's the one.
What was his X factor?
I'm thinking football, receiving, crazy. Basketball, shooting, crazy. He's got to get someone to throw the ball to him. Got AJ.
That is true.
Building around our team.
Better make sure he brings his pink sleeve.
The pink sleeve's got to be there.
In the chat, he was talking about his pink sleeve.
It's got to be there.
Put respect on his name.
You got some nimble hands for the egg toss. Volleyball, you obviously got Cody and Nick. Yeah, volleyball is looking pretty good for this team. I didn't even think about that. That's going to be a great matchup. As we get into our last captain here, Mr. Claybo Jangles, as we talked about briefly on the stream here, no Ultimate Frisbee. How you feeling? And this is the first time ever, right? Ultimate Frisbee hasn't been there. How you feeling about it?
It hurts.
Did you expect to see it that way?
Well, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm the one who always nominates it.
Put the 12 up there.
I put a 12 up there. I tell, hey guys, we're a Frisbee group. We play Frisbee, and I try my best to get in. And every year it gets less and less votes. And I think this was the year if I nominated it.
The camel's back.
It was not going to get in. So I decided, you know what? Maybe we'll try some new things, and maybe we can work around with the sport draft, make a trade involving with it, and that's how.
Can you guys run us through what the trade actually means? Because we were a little confused trying to read this thing.
Yeah. So the trade is I would take third position on the athlete draft, and Egib could not draft either Cody or
Ben
not
or
Cody.
Blaine.
He could draft neither Ben or Blaine.
Right.
Donovan, however, he's free reign. He can draft Ben or Blaine
whoever
if
he wants. Right.
But on top of that, I had to give one of my 3 sport nominations to Egib. So I voted in Gnome Hide and Seek, but that was Egib's sport. Like he wanted that in.
Okay.
And then I threw him a couple votes because I was like, well,
you gotta play the trade here.
I gotta make it look a little less
right
suspicious. But that was the trade, and I think the main reason I wanted it was if I didn't do that, Donnie was probably gonna go in the 3rd spot and take possibly Cody and Davis, and his team would have been absolutely unstoppable.
Right.
I didn't want to go up against an absolutely unstoppable team.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
So
that's
this was sort of
didn't work. Still same.
Yeah.
No, his team is. I do think his team is still pretty top notch.
I think you guys all have a pretty consistent lineup here. There's a lot of good picks that were made. Do you guys have any, as the captains here, do you guys have any final thoughts for your teams here? Give your team a quick little pep talk, Let them know how you're feeling. Donnie, we'll start with you. Let the team know what Black Team's going to be doing this year.
It's an easy, my team comes down to 4 words. Black team, best team.
Black team.
There it is.
Best team. Love to see it.
Too easy.
I don't know if this Black team's better than the last Black team, Put a little bit of respect on our names.
Loses, it's fine.
That's all. Hey, Black team was out the gulag. We were safe.
We're out.
So,
we out.
We love to see it. Egib, let's hear a couple of words of encouragement for your team here.
I don't have any words of encouragement. Kind of sad y'all didn't vote in Smash Bros. So that's all I'm gonna say. Probably should have reached out a little more, but next year.
Disappointing. Heads up. Yeah, that's all right. And Clay, give us some final words for your team here. We consistently see Blaine on your squad. I feel like Ben's been on your team maybe once or twice.
Matter of fact, neither of them have ever been on my team.
Oh, okay.
Blaine, which is why
that is crazy.
I really wanted to get them on my team because I can't think of 2 other athletes who have more tenacity than those two guys, and that's what I need on my team. I need some grit, because grit is how you win in the Olympics, and that's I'm leaving out Gideon here, but Gideon is also, I mean, he's right there with it. He's going to try as hard as he can in absolutely every sport, and he's pretty close in speed with me. So me and Gideon will take care of all the speedy tasks,
Right.
and we'll let Ben and Blaine fight it.
Right. Do the shit talking.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to battle it out. It is kind of unique to note, right? Gideon is now Clay's last pick as the last overall pick, but Gideon doesn't tend to be that last overall pick. He usually is a little bit higher. Does that mean we're a little bit more competitive this year? Clay's had Sat Paul, he's had Tyrese. Now he has Gideon as his last guy, which is a little bit of a step above in terms of the athletic ability. So, maybe a much more competitive year.
Definitely agree with that. This is a very competitive year.
100%.
I think a lot of times going into these drafts, you can pretty much play out how the draft is going to work, because the skill drop-offs are pretty steep, but genuinely had no idea what was going to happen through half this draft, because it's like, well, these guys are a 50-50, and then you get to that turn, and it's like, well, there's 2 out of 3 picks, and they're all pretty even.
Yeah.
Literally, we had no idea what we were doing back there. I think Donovan changed his answer 2 times legitimately, and he almost had a panic attack on his last pick. So it was very exciting, this draft, because of just how high the skill gap is, or
how low it is,
how thin it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So,
yeah.
It's gonna be a good year.
This was good stuff. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Again, subscribe, hit the bell notification, let the Leisure Olympics know how much you want to see us perform, and we appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night. Signing off.
Peace.
Eagles just won.
Eagles. Fly.